Hey everybody, welcome to Out Here. I'm Jeffrey Wadley.
Jennifer Ben.
Jennifer has some, she's not feeling well today, so pardon if her energy is not up. You like to drip? Creative1customs.com. Creative1, as in the number one, customs.com. Creative1 customs.com. Got some nice drip there. Anyway, we want to talk a little bit today about relationship health. Jennifer and I had a nice conversation with either this morning or last night maybe yesterday, where we were talking about love and what love really is, and how do you love one another when you come from toxic or dysfunction. And one of the things I thought, I guess the first point I want to bring up, actually, this is what I really want to talk about. I want to talk about love as in, what is reciprocation? What do you think reciprocation is?
I mean, it's giving back what you get, basically.
Right.
That's how I think of it.
I think most people see love as, I'm giving you something and you need to give me back what I give you. But I kind of have a difference of opinion about that, because we're all different and we all have different strengths. I may be strong at one thing, you may be strong at something else. And I think when we go into what should be a loving relationship, we say, well, this person doesn't love me if they don't love me the way I love them. And I think we're not spending enough time trying to get to know that person personally, to actually know what their love language is, what their strengths are. And I think that we can judge each other based on the things that we do, instead of really seeing how this person ticks and how they do things, and learning how to accept their version of love as a reciprocation to our version of love. What do you think?
Well, I think, like, when you talk about reciprocation, it's more like giving back the energy that you get from someone. It doesn't necessarily, like you were saying, because you might show your love by buying gifts, for instance.
Yeah. And
that might not be the kind of thing that I do.
Right.
But maybe I show it by comforting you, whenever you need it, or something like that. So I think people can reciprocate.
Right.
I think it's just giving the energy that you get, giving back the energy.
Right.
I think that's with every relationship, whether it's love or business or.
But I mean, I think that in whether business or friendship or in a romantic type of relationship, mm-hmm. I think people tend to gauge love on I scratch your back, you scratch my back. And I think that is relevant, mm-hmm. but I think that we all raised differently and we have different values.
Sure.
And I think if I'm only looking at you based on my values, I may miss what your values are. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And yeah, we can have a talk about it, but mm-hmm. I also think that I'm going to be me and you're going to be you. Mm-hmm. And I don't think I'm ever going to find anybody in this world, nor I don't even think it makes any sense to look mm-hmm. for somebody who sees the world the way I do. Mm-hmm. I think that, yeah, we have certain things in common, like, I don't believe in killing babies. And, I think it's safe to say you don't believe in killing babies. Right. I think, like, there are certain things we can have in common, but it doesn't matter to me if you like lemonade And I love lemonade. It doesn't matter to me if you like, the Avengers and, I don't like us. I think those things don't matter. I think what matters is if a person is willing to give you the best that they have to give, regardless of what that looks like.
Okay. I get that. I mean, I agree with that.
I know when I was younger, I would find myself looking in a relationship for somebody that I thought that was going to complete me.
Yeah. More
likely, like, I'm looking for somebody who's going to be my new mother, basically. And I don't know that's what I'm looking for, but, if you have mother or father issues like most of us do as we get older, we start to find ourselves with a deficit of a thing, and we think that, if I meet this woman, and we don't, as a matter of fact, we don't even talk to our partner about this job they're signing up for. We just think that, they're gonna start meeting these needs, and if they don't, it's like, get out of here, you're not useful to me. And it's like, wow. I think that's wrong. I think that, like, my internal conflicts are my internal conflicts. Like, Jennifer, and it's, whether we're dating or whether we're married, I think that I should have an appreciation for her. And I should have continual appreciation for her while I'm handling my crap. You know what I mean? It's not like, well, you're supposed to fulfill me. Why I still have these issues? Why I still have these issues? Because they're my issues. And it's not to say that I don't need her to be compassionate and understanding in my journey as my companion, but, if I got issues from back when I was 5 years old, like, I need to figure that out. I don't need to be putting that on her back or trying to make her kill. It's me and you, and we together, we'll ride or die, and you supposed to take my. It's like, I see relationships as luxuries. I don't see relationships, and even though I see them as necessities, but I don't see them as like entitlement. That's a better word. I don't see my relationships as entitlement. I don't see anybody owing me a resolution of conflict in my life. Whether I'm open to talking about it or I'm not open to talking about it, like I need to be working on bettering myself, whether it's just me working out or whether if it's me paying off debt. Like, all those are my personal goals and struggles in life, and I don't think that changes on what job you get or the people you meet or relationships you're in. And I don't think necessarily that those problems should become your partner's problem.
Yes, true. I mean, I do believe that if two people, though, are together and they love each other, I don't think they take on each other's problems, but we learn to be patient with each other's problems and, be patient while we each work out our own problem and maybe help if the person needs.
Well, yeah,
if they need help.
That's kind of what I was saying, but it's not like, well, I have these issues, they're your fault. I think we do a lot of deflecting and projecting. Well, my mother did this to me, you're doing that. And it's like, well, a lot of times that's our damage. And you're like, oh, well, that's my woman and she's supposed to take all my stuff and, make me feel a certain way. I don't think that's your responsibility. I think that's my responsibility. I think my happiness is I'm grateful to have somebody to share a level of happiness with, but.
And I think with that being said, I think it's both of our responsibility when we get in a space together to bring happiness with us.
Right.
So that we, and we both be conscious of that.
Right.
So that we keep creating a safe space for both of us to be in.
Right.
But yeah, I know sometimes he and I have disagreements some once in a while.
I mean, everybody has disagreements. I don't think there's anything wrong with disagreements. But I think if, I was speaking yesterday on relationships, especially marriage, are rooted in spirituality. And in order to have a successful marriage, I believe you have to be existing on a higher plane of thought and consciousness, because your partner's going to make mistakes. You're going to make mistakes. And if you are on a low frequency of living, everything that happens, you're going to take personal. And if that's how you live life, you can already fail, because everything isn't about you. Even when they do stuff, if they miss a payment, miss a bill, look at the dude across the hallway a little bit too long, like everybody got their own journeys and personal experiences in life, and it's not even human nature to always think about somebody else before you do something. That ain't even natural. Mm-hmm. So I just think that we have to have a higher consciousness just in general when we're dealing with people, because if not, everything burns down. You know what I mean? Like everything, oh, you did this, but you did this. And we always gonna be doing stuff. And now if you work as a freelancer, or if you do work for people, you have your cost and you have your expenses. You feel me? You have what you want to get paid, but then you also have what it's going to cost to complete the job. Mm-hmm. And I think that when you're in relationships, you cannot forget to budget for expenses. Okay. And the expenses are like the stuff we talking about. Like, oh, I'm supposed to get paid reciprocation. And you supposed to, but there's expenses to doing business. And when you're dealing with people, you usually got to count that some days people gonna call off, people gonna get sick. And if you don't budget that in, at the end of the job, you're not gonna have as much money as you thought you was gonna have, because you didn't budget that in. So I think whenever you're dealing with someone, you just gotta understand that mistakes and all that is just part of the experience of dealing with people. And I think if you do that, certain relationships are not meant to be at all. But I think if you can kind of tweak how you see things, people that you really love, you may find yourself with better tools to deal with the challenges of people that you really love and you really want to keep in your life, versus just cutting out or ending it and wondering or going back and forth. I just think maybe learning some skills and using some tools and learning how to back off a person a little bit, will be very helpful.
I agree.
If you like the drip, creative1customs.com, creative1customs.com, creative1, the number one, customs.com, creative1customs.com. Thanks for joining us. See you again soon. Peace out.